Hello, I'm Kathy Ballard and welcome to this first video blog that I've done. And the reason I'm doing it on video is because this month my newsletter is about technophobia. I know that technophobia is really prevalent. There's so many people have it, and maybe particularly women. We all sort of really stress when it comes to having to learn something new that involves all kinds of technology or software or hardware. And I don't know about you, but this used to make me just get a cold fear happening. And I'd start shaking and my brain would go to jelly, and I just didn't know how I was going to be able to do it, and it was all too big, and I just had a real block to it. So I wanted to tell you about my recent experience, because as I've been really wanting to grow my business, I was having to face some of these fears. A few months ago, I had to get my first proper website, one that had a lead magnet or a freebie giveaway that people could, find out a bit more about me and how I work. And that involved, my coach had set me up with this idea to create a series of 7 videos. Now, videos was something I'd not done before either, so that was quite scary because there's a whole lot of technology that I didn't know about, plus the whole visibility thing of being in front of people. And then I had to find out how to create the videos, edit them, upload them to YouTube, and then host them on my website. I had to then organise that to go out as an autoresponder sequence. So when people signed up to my freebie giveaway, which is called the 7 Keys to a Pleasurable, Profitable and Purposeful Business, that they would get one of these every day in their email. It's just a very short video. So that was another big block I had. But I kept persevering, and although I was in tears often because I didn't know what I was doing, and I'd even decided quite early on there was big chunks that I had to outsource because I was clueless. I managed to get through this, and it was a big job, but honestly by the end of it I felt amazing, and I had this new website that I was so proud of, and ever since then it's given me so much confidence because it's made me feel a lot more professional. I know that when people go to my site, they see something that looks professional, and they get a taster of me through the videos that they download. So that was one big thing that I'd achieved. And now the next thing that I'm working on is I want to create an online version of my core program, which is called Brand from the Heart, and I usually do this one-to-one with my VIP clients, but I want to be able to reach more people with my program and do it online over 6 weeks. So what this involves then is creating a signature talk, which I've been going around and talking to groups with, and I needed to create a webinar so that I could share my talk over the internet with various different groups, and to invite people to come and listen online. Now you can imagine there's so much technology involved in there. I've had to learn PowerPoint, I've had to learn how to use a projector. You might think that's small, but to me, these are all extra things that are just technology. When you have a block to it, it feels like a mountain. So there's PowerPoint, projectors, even the clickers for moving the slides on, that was another thing. And then learning webinar software, learning how to, putting more videos together, learning how to create landing pages. Honestly, the technology that I have had to face in the last 2 weeks has just been phenomenal. But because I faced it all, having done my video series and my website, I was much more prepared for the fact that I could do it because I'd had a success already. And although I was still getting the shakes and the cold fear, I was really determined because I knew that I'd be able to do it. And I'm in the process at the moment. I've not finished doing it, and I'm still about to make my online program. But I wanted to share this with you because I've got some tips for you, and it might help you deal with some of your own technology challenges, because honestly, if you can embrace technology, you have so many more options, and you can get your business out there, and you can help more people because you're going to be more accessible. So here are my tips. So number one, outsource whatever you can. If you don't have a clue about it, someone else is really going to be the master at the thing that you don't know. So just send it to them and stop yourself stressing, because you really don't need that. And when it comes to things like software, buy stuff that is templated, that you can just add your bits in rather than having to learn anything really complicated. It's definitely worth the investment because it will save you so much time, and you'll be surprised at how professional something can look, and you'll feel really proud of what you've put out there. Number two is if you want to be able to do things yourself, and for people like me, I'm really creative, and so I like to go in and change things and tweak stuff and add bits on, and I don't want to have to keep waiting for like a web developer to make those changes for me. I want to do them. So get some really good hands-on training that is taught in a way that it really suits your learning style. And then you'll have workbooks or some way of being able to follow the instructions. And YouTube is a great source. I use YouTube all the time, or just Google what you need to find out, and there'll be some sort of YouTube video that will show you. Number three is give yourself time to learn. Give yourself time to get stuck. Give yourself time to practice, to get stuck again. It's all going to take much longer than you think, and it's really important just to get familiar with things when they do go wrong. You get as much learning from things going wrong as you do when they go right. And it's really good to maybe keep a checklist so that you know what the steps are that you need to take that do work. And, also the checklist for when it's not working, what you need to do to fix it. Avoid learning under time pressure, because this puts you up into your head and it stops you absorbing the information. Now that's quite an important tip also, like for number 5, which is like when you're making videos, don't do those when you're in time pressure as well, because when you want to work on video or you want to create videos, you want to be as natural as possible. You want to be coming from your heart, and when you're worrying about all the technology, it sends you up into your head and you're thinking and you're trying to work out, have I got everything right, and you can't be as natural and you can't connect as much. And it's probably important here to not be perfectionist. I mean, as you can tell from this video, and I'm using notes just to remind me. So there's no rules here. You just want to be able to get yourself across through a video as much as possible. Of course, you're going to get better, and I'm sure I will. But in the meantime, I just wanted to share this so that you see that it's all right, just to do it at the most basic level to get your message out there. Be gentle with yourself. Learning puts you in your head, it puts you in a different energy, and there's only so much that we can take in. So it's really important to break up these blocks of learning by getting outside, go and take a walk in nature. If it's quite stressful, make sure you're drinking lots of water. Get into your body, do yoga or tai chi or something, or go for a run. But look after yourself as you're going through this process, because it is a stressful thing. We know technology doesn't make us feel comfortable, and it puts us into a different energy. So we need to create balance around that. Number 7, if you're stuck, ask for help. And I have had so much brilliant help from just putting out a real heartfelt message on Facebook. Now I'm a member of various different groups and things, but even if you just put it out into Twitter or into Facebook, just on your feed, and people see it, there's so many people out there who really want to help people. And if someone comes in and helps you with your problem, and you're so grateful because they've done something that's selfless, really, how much more likely are you going to want to work with them or refer them? It's a win-win completely. So make yourself vulnerable and ask for help. Number 8, If you're working on a big project, break it down into tasks so that you're not focusing on climbing the mountain, you're just focusing step by step, and you will get there much more easily and much more relaxed. Number 9, technology goes wrong. Let's face it, people talk about the tech gremlins, don't they? So this happens, and sometimes no matter how hard we've tried and how much we've been following our checklist, it just happens. So you just have to accept it. Don't beat yourself up. Learn from it if you can, and move on and do it again another time. And number 10, this is a really important one. What's your internal dialogue, or what you're saying to other people? If you're telling yourself, oh, I'm terrible with technology and oh, it always goes wrong, you're actually reaffirming that to yourself, and you will create more of the same in your experience. So you want to be telling yourself instead, I can master technology. I can use technology easily in my business, and technology is something that I love, or using it in a really positive sense. So those are my top 10 tips, and I really hope it goes in some way to help you overcome a few of your technology barriers, because technology is really there to help us. It's there to make our lives easier and to give us more time back. So it's really worth facing those fears and jumping in. I really hope this has helped. So until next time, bye for now.